podcast from Temperance Town. The sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 402.
Sexiest podcast, dare I say, on YouTube's.
Well, I mean, yeah. We're there.
Microphones,
so, yeah.
the internet. The rules say that, we are. Just looking at my background.
Dying.
It's like, what's that piece of paper back there? Is that a treasure map? Yeah, I'm
might
still
be.
dying, by the way.
That's pretty awesome.
Whatever this Chinese tuberculosis or whatever I got. This,
Yeah,
it's not cool, bro. It's not cool at all.
I told you to quit ordering random germs and viruses from other countries.
You'd think I'd learn at some point.
No, I wouldn't.
It's just the worst. Anywho.
Yeah.
We're doing this live again. How
I know,
fun is
right?
that?
I know. Really quick, I don't think I've done this before, but also, thanks to our pal Henno for the intro musics.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Henno, co-host of The Crazy Life, and co-host of many other podcasts that have come and gone and are in the future.
Wow.
Because things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah, things are always afoot.
God damn it!
Oh my god,
bro! I wish I had. My cough button is the lean. It's horrible.
I mean, there is actually. I mean, you could use the Skype.
I have enough problems in my life.
That's fair enough. Yeah, you have enough trouble hitting the buttons on the
exactly.
Sound.
I got this. I got
fair.
this. I got this. I got things everywhere. I got a treasure map on the ground behind me. Apparently, at any moment, there's going to be a dumb dog in here headbutting me and making noises.
Wow,
I got things.
Yeah, it sounds like it. All the Beer Studio sounds pretty busy.
All the Beers studio has, I keep, it's funny, because I keep buying beer. So I was like, ooh, I want to review this. Ooh, I want to review that. So I have all this beer, right?
Right.
And I've got, I think, I released 2 episodes now. I got 2 more in the can. But I'm sitting there looking at it so if I do 3, what am I going to do? Just get an afternoon, just get plowed? And just, just burn through some beer to make some episodes? To free up space in my fridge? Because I'm an animal?
Yeah. I mean, this is a good call, yeah.
I really need, a specific beer fridge.
You have one. You just need a dedicated fridge for your
You're
food.
right. You're right. I need a specific food fridge. Probably one of those little dorm ones.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just get I've got like 3 coolers. All I need is bags of ice.
Oh yeah,
ice
that's
keeps
true.
food cold.
Yeah,
right.
Can you imagine? Like somebody goes over and they're like, "Hey, can I get a beer?" They see the small fridge. They assume they go over and it's just produce in there, basically, and meat.
Be like, really, bro?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is going on here? Wow.
Yeah, they go to the big refrigerator and it's just like, geez, I just blanked. A liquor store, basically.
It looks like Dr.
Beer
Dre's
store.
Fridge and ain't nothing but a G-Fang or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just 40s.
Full 40s.
Just a bunch of OE.
Yep, exactly. I got one of my homies leaning against it with like 82 condoms all connected together. Like he's going to rappel
first.
out of the building he just banged in.
Wow. Now there's a marketing gimmick. for when you have to flee.
Exactly. It's condoms in a grappling hook.
Give her the D and you flee. Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna say for anyone watching the live stream, your Skype window has been fishy. It's like you're like resizing.
Oh, yes. I
don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking.
Weird connections.
Peeling back the curtain. Yes. I keep getting a thing that'll pop up for a couple seconds that says poor connection, and then it goes away. So that's my guess. Is that's why I also, because in case people didn't know, I'm constantly changing sizes.
Yeah, it's true. You are like the Dr. Pym or whatever of the podcast world.
Yeah.
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 I mean, your name on the street is, Brian Dr. Pym Stewart.
Right. Got to keep my hands strong.
Exactly.
Right.
Pym hands strong. Comes in all tiny and enlarges real quick.
Yeah, it's like as you're swinging,
exactly.
They just like, he's going to slap. And then the hand gets massive. Like one of those jackass hands.
For sure. I'm dying.
You are. All right.
So besides death and dying and stuff, how's the things going for you?
Not too bad. It's been a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah. We've had a odd weather week where we've had a couple days like near 70, a couple days in the 40s.
Yeah, I had like chairs around a fire pit. I was sitting outside drinking beer, burning stuff. Like, this is beautiful. It was warm out, and then 2 days later, I walk outside to take my dog out, and it's like the old frozen nipples are back.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because, plus wind on top of it. It's been crazy across the country with that giant storm that's, been moving its way slowly across the whole country. So it can go right to hell.
Yes, agreed.
Directly.
Because I don't know about anyone else. I'm ready for spring and summer. Please.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God. I need warmth in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like even this weekend, I think, was it Saturday? Tomorrow, Saturday, it's supposed to be like in the 60s. And then for Sunday, I think it's supposed to be like mid 40s or mid to upper 40s.
Not on the Lord's Day.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
That's on purpose, so people won't want to go out and do other things.
Be warm in church.
That's right.
Warm within the embrace of our Lord and Savior. Or something.
Yep.
We should do the Church of Salty Language.
That's a terrible idea.
Every Sunday, we just like you and I will preach for like an hour, live on the YouTubes.
Yeah. That'd be easy enough to do.
Right?
I mean, it'd just basically be our old man rant segment, except every week.
Exactly.
On Sunday.
I mean,
You know what I hate?
What was that guy's name?
Andy
God
Rooney.
damn it, Andy Rooney. There you go. The old, the one that strikes me as or sticks out in my brain is the bag of chips versus chips versus air situation. It's like, God damn it, Andy Rooney. I mean, what if that air is equally delicious?
You know, it is weird though. Speaking of old man rants, well, the air's in there on purpose. There's a reason
I've never
for
had
it.
a lung full of chip air, but I kind of want one.
Yeah. Delicious. You end up basically just picture Spaceballs, when he's cracking open the cans of Perrier, and it's basically just except in a bag.
Digging it.
You're fine. So I got a quick old man rant here. So I'm in a store with my brother tonight, and as we're walking around, like, we're snugged up against like the shelf in this one area so people can go around us, right? Well, this guy and his wife, they refuse to go single file as they go past us, even though there is not enough room to go shoulder to shoulder. They still insisted on basically cramming themselves through that.
Did you run a 32 belly option on them?
No. No, but I also didn't pull my shoulder back, so the guy got a chin full of my shoulder, because he deserved it.
As most people do.
It just bugs the shit out of me how people, like, aisles of places just don't see other people and go, I need to move because we're sharing this space. I'd hate to see these people drive, Like, if they treat a car the way they treat their body, holy shit.
Yeah, just like, putting the worst fuel in the gas tank. barely taking it through the car wash. The paint's peeling. The muffler's awful.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Oh, it's just terrible, yeah. So, so that just bugs me to no end how people do this stuff, And whether it's with a shopping cart or just your own body walking somewhere, it's like, seriously, if you see someone, if you're walking shoulder to shoulder and you see someone and there clearly isn't room for two people to go, one of you, slow a step and fall in line, then you can go back to shoulder. Like, this isn't difficult math here.
I just dealt with this situation. I don't remember what store I was at. But it was this old lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michelle and I were somewhere. It was this old lady that would not budge. Like we had to move out of her way. It was like a freight train of gray hair and like floppy knockers. And I can't remember. I wish I could remember what the scenario was, but she was not moving at all.
Right.
Coming our way.
Yeah. Right. I don't know what it is with people doing this. I do. It's just they give no fucks, like, it's just the common courtesy stuff just pisses me off when people, because like I said, it was like, just step out of the way real quick. Like, I'll give you an example. Sometimes I don't mind if people are like shoulder to shoulder, right? I was walking out of Kroger grocery store a couple days ago, and this guy and his partner, wife, whatever she was, girlfriend, I don't know, were walking in, but they were both holding the hand of their little girl, who was basically skipping and holding their hand, right? They just stayed that way. I stepped back and just let them continue on because, I was like, I'm just going to get out of their way because clearly the little girl's enjoying herself and I'm not a monster.
Time for a double clothesline. I'm just saying. And a knee to the face.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like, that was it. All I did. I stepped to the side, and the guy even was like, "I'm sorry," and I was like, "Don't be like, who cares?"
You
sure
like, are.
Yeah. I just pointed it, do the old eye thing, like.
I have your license number now.
I see you, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, I'm just waiting for him in the parking lot.
I don't know. People are savages, Brian. They think they're better than everyone else, and that's the problem. Yeah. Like, their shit's more important than whatever your shit is. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now, I will say this was funny. Like, while I was at Target, this same guy stopped and he's looking at over where they have the Funko Pop figures, and they have some Stranger Things paraphernalia over there too. And he just he just stops and he points at the Stranger Things display, and he turns and goes, "Now this is a show I don't understand. Like, why is this so popular?" Anybody? And the woman's like, "Who cares?" He was talking to a woman. She was just walking away from him. So clearly he does this a lot, and she just gives zero fucks.
Sure. Like, she's looking at her wedding ring. This is something I don't understand. Oh. Why did I do this?
How much do you think I could get this? Yeah. She just turns around and was basically like, "Who cares?" You know? And he was like, "I just don't see the appeal of it." And she's like, "Okay, it's just not for you." You know, like, it was funny. He was just so like outraged, and nobody said or did anything. He just decided to launch into this tirade while pointing at Stranger Things socks.
You know, but I'm not really mad at that, because he's being true to himself right there. If he's just out like in the middle of Target or whatever, like, this is weird, you know.
That's what it was.
I would be, if I was there witnessing it, I would also be making fun of it. But I can't be mad at him.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I wasn't mad at him for that, but I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, like, no one standing around. Yeah, and no one standing around was like, yeah, you know, it was nobody cared.
It'd be great if you incited a riot.
Yeah, you know, it reminds you of somebody that'll stand up on like a soapbox and they just keep yelling and the traffic just keeps walking around. Like, nobody stops, you know, like no one cares. Like, oh, look, the old man's up there speaking old coot gibberish again.
That's my favorite kind of gibberish, old coot gibberish.
I know. That's a good Borderlands 2 reference for the sure you kids out there. Didn't know. One of my favorite parts of the whole game. Yeah. So anyway, that was, you know, I went to ended up going to trivia last night.
Wait.
Right?
What?
And I'm expecting it to be
trivia was yesterday.
Wednesday.
I'm
sorry, not yesterday.
Like, what is today? Because with my job now, I have no idea what days are what anymore. So
I don't even. Was it yesterday? Okay. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday. Okay, so I go on Wednesday, and we get over there, and Josh, Ashley's husband, you know, he was sitting there, and he's talking about South Park, and I'm like, why are you? And then I see a sign that says South Park trivia, and I'm like, is that tonight? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I probably got this, you know. And I'm like, well, you know, I've seen most of the episodes. I only haven't seen like the current season. I've seen everything else, you know. I was like, so who knows? Maybe I can help, you know, whatever. So Corey, before he starts, is basically like, hey, no cell phones. Otherwise, when you don't miss any, I'll know you were cheating. And for a good chunk of the time, we hadn't missed any. So on the night, we missed three questions on the night. However, one of them was the final question, and we were in first going into the last round, and it cost us first place. So... yeah, ended up taking third.
Still get some money.
It was still fun. Yeah, it was. You know, like I said, it was still a good time. But yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, I was looking at the math afterwards, and I was like, we probably should have played the math angle a little differently, because I think we were in a place to where I don't know if anyone could have truly. I don't remember if anyone was close enough to actually beat us or not. But
what's the fun of that, though? Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, look, I mean, if mathematically we can't lose, I'd be like, because remember that one time we were that far in advance, so our mathematically could not lose, and I'm like, bet zero because we can't lose. Like
the classic zero move.
Yeah, in those scenarios, because it's a guaranteed win. You know, no sense in risking points. Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, like I said, it was fun, but it was weird though, because no Sam.
Oh,
We had another dude who works there that was seriously seemed like he was towely. So hi.
well, I've heard. I used to work with a kid that used to work in the kitchen there. I've heard stories. So
yeah. Oh boy. I mean, he wasn't bad though. I mean, it's like Jeannie ordered an Oberon, and he goes no, and she's like, but that's what I want, and he goes, you can't have it, and she's like, but that's what she's like, it's right here on the list, and he goes, no, really, we don't have it. We all thought he was bullshitting, like
just the way he's just like,
no, being dead. Yeah. Just straight shooting it, and we're just thinking he's busting balls. So yeah, that was funny. And then whatever she ordered, was it Boss Tweed? I think's the name of the beer.
What?
It was not Boss Tweed. It was not that beer. I've had Boss Tweed with you somewhere.
Coming soon to Alt Beers.
And I was like, nice. So I took a sip of it. That is not that is not Boss Tweed. So she orders after that. She goes, well, give me another Boss Tweed or another of these, basically. He brought out something completely different. It was not Oberon, and it was not Boss Tweed, and it also was not the beer she ordered before.
That's a special boy there, isn't it?
Everything else he got right and was good. He came by and cleared stuff off the table, came back when he started seeing drinks getting lower, did all the things you want. Was so
I mean, like I said, dude, I've heard tale. He's like,
right.
I've never worked a job so much where we smoke so much weed. I'm like, really?
Oh, well, so in the last part of this, I want to tell you because it's a joke you're familiar with, which was Jeannie checked in an Oberon. And I posted on Untapped, that's not a real Oberon, making fun of the fact that it was not an Oberon. Also, is that a real Hefeweizen joke?
I've been to Germany.
Right. So, laughs were had by her and I, and then we explained the story to Josh and
Huzzahs
Ashley.
were had, I assume. Huzzahs!
Oh, yeah, it was good times.
Huzzahs.
So... Ugh. Yeah. So I went over to my storage.
Oh, yeah, you said you're going to be doing that, right?
This week. Yeah, because I've been wanting to try to downsize it, and I've got a lot of stuff that I know I can get rid of. Like comics that I have, T-shirts. There's just a variety of stuff that I'm sure I can get in there and
We've
get
already
rid of.
established in the past on this very podcast that fire fixes everything.
Yeah, but I got some stuff in there I want. So, I mean, I guess if I could put a fireproof tarp over it or something.
That kind of goes against the whole fire thing.
No, there's still going to be fire. I'm just protecting the things I want.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a nice compromise.
Is key.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get over there with my brother and start moving stuff around, and I'm like, okay, I have this 2 huge piles of like stacks of totes.
Huge.
Yeah. Right? So I started, open them and looking at them, and
bodies, just hooker bodies.
First of all, the main so many. No, and I had to get them
for sure
hot because they start to smell. Exactly. People started asking questions like, "Why does it smell like a body in there?" And yeah, what's this goo leaking out from under your storage door? Whatever. So I did not tell you how many totes I pulled out of there, right?
It wasn't OVS.
How many totes of T-shirts?
Terrible.
How many totes of T-shirts do you think I pulled out of there?
Fuck yeah.
Dead on, sir.
Yes. Where are you, Powerball?
I have shirts. Dude, I've got shirts. I have shirts from high school. So I was like, yeah, it's like I'm finally going to go through them and see if there's any maybe I can sell on eBay, and if not, right to a fire pit.
Because fire fixes
no, I'm
everything.
kidding. Right. No, I'm gonna donate them. So yeah, 6.
Them's
I
a
was
lot
like,
of t-shirts,
oh,
man.
Jeebus, I knew there was. I thought there was like 3, maybe 4, and then I was like, wow, we've already pulled 4, and here's another one, and here's another one. But the best part was one of the totes had a bunch of my old wrestling figures in them. Also, do you remember how I had that SmackDown entrance where if you put the figure at the ramp, they had the Titantron, whatever, like they had the metal on their foot to where if you put it on. Yeah, okay. It would play their intro or whatever. So I have that, and I have to dig it out of there and see what kind of shape it's in and whatever. But I should be able to get a few bucks out of that, and I'll probably just put a bunch of the wrestling figures together, and just get rid of them. But I also, no, yes, no. Another tote I had was, dude, it was full of like loose figures, and I was like, oh my god. These are all the figures I had on my Tabaret and commercial art. Mostly the ones you and I had, well, the ones I had on the mantle downstairs when you lived with me. And how we just had them in other spots. I had some up in my room also. So I have just this big tote full of action figures.
I've got a big tote in my basement full of all those loose ones still. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go through these. There might be some of those that are worth a few bucks, or ones that maybe I'll put it on a shelf or something because they're cool or whatever. But yeah, my favorite one that I saw just from first glance was the Galactus figure that I have. I don't know if you remember it. It's like a 6-inch figure or something like that. And I don't know if you remember, it had like a ball with it. They had Silver Surfer in it.
I do remember that.
Basically, Galactus was supposed to just hold out. Yeah. And it's funny because it's in compared to other action figures, it's not even close to scale. Because Galactus should be way taller than any, like the Galactus you had was more to scale.
2 feet tall or something. Yeah.
Yeah. The one I have, not so much.
Oh, little Galactus. Tussle his little helmet. Yeah. So adorable.
Yep. But it was still cool because there's still not been that many Galactus figures over the years. There's, I can think of like 5. That'd be great.
That's how Avengers Endgame ends.
Since
just Galactus eats the world.
Oh, dude. Oof.
Yeah, 3 hours is had Galactus show up and eat the world.
Yeah. But like, fuck off, I'm hungry.
Classic. But
it's...
Yeah,
but it's Galactus.
He's got the pigtails and the skirt and everything.
Wearing the same outfit wig. Yeah, exactly.
Same exact outfit.
For sure. Yep. So yeah, that was that was kind of fun. Like just looking real quick at the top stuff there because it was a nice little throwback to our Ute.
Every time I go down my basement, I look at that bin full of toys. I'm like, God, I should take that upstairs and just go sift through it real quick, just see what's in there because I don't remember. Yeah.
And then one last thing I wanted to mention, which was this past Sunday, was WrestleMania.
I've seen some posts on the internet about that. A lot of them from a former enthusiast guest, Casey Pierce. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. On Saturday was the Hall of Fame ceremony, and some asshole got past security and got up on stage and like tackled Bret Hart.
Did he put him in a sharpshooter? Not Bret Hart, but the guy that tackled him.
No, he just attacked him, and basically like as soon as he hit him, Ronda Rousey's husband and some of the other wrestlers like charged the well, they were doing the ceremony. It was in the ring basically, so they charged the ring and
oh god, a real slobber knocker broke out.
I can't remember. I can't remember if it was Scott Dawson or Wilder, his teammate. I can't remember which one of them it was, but basically just dropped the guy like a sack of taters with an uppercut, which he deserved because anytime you do something like that, like get on a football field or baseball field or what, you deserve whatever comes to you.
Suddenly you're
at that
not
point.
on, you're on unfriendly ground or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. You're no longer a fan at that point. You're a threat. That's the way I see it, So I was telling Fluffy Bunny Ash, I was like, that guy's lucky he didn't get more, as they say in the wrestling business, potatoes thrown his way, which is stiff punches, or real punches. He's lucky he didn't get his ass handed to him. But he did. I didn't see that he got dropped right away. She pointed it out to me, and I went back and watched it. I was like, "Oh yeah, he did. He got dropped fast."
When you're charging basically a stage full of meatheads. I mean,
well, yeah, that was the part I didn't understand. It's like, okay, first of all, those security people that he got past, I'm pretty sure probably unemployed now.
You're fired.
Yeah. Luckily, the guy didn't have like a knife or a gun or something, and luckily, I mean, Bret Hart's old and all, but he's taking bumps. He was fine.
He didn't get crushed by those massive
he got
balls the guys have. Clearly.
That was something. WrestleMania was interesting because they actually did kind of what the fans wanted this year. Like all the emotional wins that people wanted, the fans got they gave those people the wins. Normally the way WWE's been run over the last few years is more of like trolling their fans instead of listening to their fans. It is, but at the same time, they're also going, why are our ratings dropping? It's like, because you're saying fuck you to your core base.
There is that. Exactly.
Yeah. But my favorite part this year of WrestleMania was, there was all this talk that because Kurt Angle was having his final match, like 5 years past when he should.
Did he have that little cowboy hat on? I think it was adorable. God damn it!
No, unfortunately, that would have been great. But when he named his last opponent, a lot of people wanted it to be John Cena because John Cena's first opponent in WWE was Kurt Angle. He came out and challenged him. And anyway, that didn't happen. But Cena did come back and did a couple-minute spot as the Doctor of Thugonomics, Cena, where he came out and rapped, essentially, which was pretty fun to see happen again. I missed that John Cena a whole bunch because it was fun, rather than the I'm Super Cena, don't give up, you can't see me type stuff. It was. And the best part was he even referred to, given that he's like, I'm not going to give you an attitude adjustment. And then he says something else and he called it the FU, which is what his finisher used to be called.
Before he got all churched up.
Yeah. Before the WWE was like, well, maybe we should be PG-13 or whatever.
that had a very Kermity vibe to
it. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. But the main reason I wanted to bring this up was, first of all, it was fun. And like I said, I missed that John Cena. That John Cena was a lot of fun to watch. But it also reminded me of the John Cena "I'm a Bad Man" video. Do you remember that? The one where he's spoofing the A-Team?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah.
So good. The videos, and they actually, I was telling somebody, like, they had to quit using it though because they couldn't show it because in that song there's a hook that is a sample of another song, and they got in trouble for the sample. So
it's the WWE. I'm pretty sure they could throw bags of money at people. Yeah,
that's what I always thought they would do too, but it didn't so much happen. I'll try to find the video and put it in the show notes. For anybody who wants to watch, and trust me, you should watch it. It's a good video. And John Cena is actually surprisingly good at rapping for being a crusty white dude from Massachusetts. He's not bad. It's he's not amazing, but he held his own. Yeah. Yeah. So
I need an IV bag of coffee, bro.
Well, I'll tell you the hardest.
I'm sorry, you're saying
the hardest part about wrestling. has gotten to be where, dude, it starts at 5
What time
o'clock.
does it go till?
Was
That's
it
a lot of
11
content.
or 12? It is. Well, no, something they did this year. Usually they have an NXT event Saturday, then Sunday is WWE, then Monday's Raw, Tuesday's SmackDown, Wednesday's NXT. So by the time you get through all that, you're like, oh my God, I am wrestled out, you know. But on WrestleMania weekend, by the time you get through the NXT takeover and WrestleMania, you're like, dude, I'm done.
I've seen enough.
That's a lot to watch. And
yeah.
But this year, because the Hall of Fame ceremony was Saturday, because there was I forgot what it's called, the G1 Supercard, I think it is, which is a big indie event, was going on Saturday night. So they didn't want to go head to head with that, so they put the Hall of Fame on that night. And they moved NXT to Friday. That day in between made all the difference. Because watch that on Friday night, and then on Sunday because last year, like halfway through Mania, I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, this is tough, you know? And this year I didn't have that fatigue as much. And I was like, they really should do that every year if possible, because although it's tougher probably for people who are going to the stuff, because that means, you know, an extra day they're probably going to have to stay. But
exactly.
Not my problem.
Exactly, Brian.
So how about you?
I've had this, like, I don't know, if you're watching a live show, been digging at my left eye. I've got this, like, fucking nugget of something in here that I just cannot get out, bro.
Is it
I
Ease?
saw that. We should talk about that later, though. If we remember it. But no, I don't know what it is. It's just horrible. And it's like, it's there when I blink. I'm about ready to go out tomorrow and get one of those goddamn eye wash situations. You know? Well, I mean,
I guess that
after work
too.
today, I was just like in the shower staring at the shower head, like, maybe this will work. No, sure didn't. So yeah, I've just I've had a real good time digging at my eyeball for like a week. Oh, not a week, but a few days.
Really quick here, Fluffy Bunny Ash says that it was 5 to 12:30 a.m. for the live broadcast of Mania.
That's a lot of content.
That's a lot of content. Yeah.
but yeah, besides whatever sort of, eye goop I got going on. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. I mean, been working, but that is what it is. What it is. Did you by chance watch The Dirt, or are you planning on watching it?
I have not. I probably will, but I think you should talk about it anyway, because I'm curious. No, go ahead. I may watch it, but it may not be for a long time. I mean, so it'll be fine.
One, the positive I have for watching The Dirt is it made me want to listen to some Motley Crue, and I did. And I was like, Motley Crue. Girls, 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 the whole situation.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The movie itself really wasn't that great, though. I mean, if you want some nudity, like some Netflix nudity, that's cool, because there's plenty of it. Titties on point. Okay. But I mean, all in all, it felt really like forced. I don't know when it was filmed, but it was like someone's like, "Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody, gentlemen. Look at it. It's huge. It's amazing. We need to do this with other bands."
And someone in the room went, "I just finished reading this book."
Yeah, exactly. And you know how in Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't know if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, but we've probably heard. When they do the Live Aid, the movie is almost shot for shot the actual Live Aid, right? So there's a part in The Dirt when they're doing,
I did.
I want to say it's Looks That Kill, or I don't know whatever the music video was, when it looked like it was all post-apocalyptic, and they're playing, they got all their war paint on, the girls are like, and stuff like that, basically. But it was like when I was watching the movie, all the I was just like, oh, this is the music video, and so there was a lot of shot for shot situations. But I don't know, like I said, it felt just forced, bro, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
and,
it's probably one of those things you know how like after a big event that like Hollywood tries to get like, or not Hollywood so much, but like the TV networks, like each one of them will have their version of whatever, you know, like the Chilean miners, you know, like there was talk after that there was going to be like 3 networks with a Chilean miners story, you know, and it's like, and it, you know, if they do it, it's going to be so ham-fisted because they're just trying to get done,
and that's honestly kind of what it's just, I don't know. And like the stuff when, you know, they're talking about like them as kids, it just maybe if I read the book and I watched the movie, I'm like, okay, this is like, they nailed it. But just watching the movie, it just, I don't know. I mean, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, it's worth a watch. You know, I mean, it's got that going for it.
Especially if you like Netflix titties.
On point. Also, last night, did a little painting delivery down to Home Slice Pizza, right?
Yeah.
And they were having their comedy night again. So, you know, hung out, watched, you know, hung out and watched the old comedians. A lot of the same ones that we saw, you know, like the one really, really short girl was like, oh, I remember this bit. But what was funny, the one thing that just I noticed and I thought was weird is because when you and I went randomly to Home Slice Pizza and they were having comedy night, iRobot was on, right? On the TV. iRobot was on again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get
Makes
it.
sense. Sure.
Is that an AMC thing? Is iRobot the new Shawshank Redemption? Is that what's going on? It was weird, man.
Might be. I do feel bad for some of these networks, like, or these things, you know, when they pay huge money for terrible movies. Like Van Helsing's a great example. Like, is it Sci-Fi? I think it is. Has played that. It's on like every weekend.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that to us.
Yeah. Oh man, they must have paid a crap. I mean, either that or it gets huge ratings because you know they play it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was kind of like, we sat down and, you know, I was like, oh, wait, a comedy night's happening. And I look up at TV, like, really? Maybe it goes hand in hand of comedy night?
It would be funny, right? Like if, you know, the MC is like, hey, can you put iRobot on? It really calms me down.
It's just weird, man. But I actually did not partake
in pizza you, dude.
this time. I had one of their sandwiches.
What?
Bro.
But
I just wasn't feeling the pizza vibe.
But pizza?
But I mean, basically, the sandwich I got might as well have been a pizza. It's called the Italian Stallion. You know, and it was like all the pizza meats and Italian cured meats and cheese. And, bro, it was good. I mean,
all right,
it was, yeah. I don't know if it was life-changing, but it was good. Also had a delicious pale ale.
Well, it's life-changing because you didn't get pizza.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of.
Yeah.
Some crazy names like Guadalajara or something.
They seem good about. Yeah, I was going to say, they seem to like naming their beers things I don't want to pronounce.
Weird Florida things. Because that's where they're out of. They're out of Florida.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure saying weird Florida is an oxymoron.
You're right. Yeah, I should just say just Florida things.
Pretty redundant.
Yeah.
Just Florida things, yeah.
That's actually, I'm going to have that on my ass and my sweatpants and just Florida things.
That's a weird thing to have on your ass, your sweatpants.
I can't believe I didn't write this on my notes. Speaking of sweatpants, bro. I keep saying bro. It's because I'm getting like, you know, I've been up since like 4 a.m. It's hitting me, bro. Yeah. So I'm coming home from work today, right? And, you know, human nature, you see, like, a lot of skin, generally you look. At least I do. Maybe because I'm a creep. I don't know. But so I'm driving, right? I'm hoping.
Basically, someone walking down the street looking like that thing that Krang was in.
Ninja Turtles. Stomach. I want a cool robot suit. Yeah. No, but so you know, I'm doing my driving thing. Sweet. I look over to my passenger window. I was like, the fuck? And it was just a guy out in his yard. He's got his back to the road. He's got a kid in one arm. He's holding like a little tiny kid's hand. So I'm like, all right, father stuff. That's cool. What was not cool is he had these like bright red sweatpants on, right? And then that was it.
Yeah.
So I got this whole like it kind of, I don't know what a good descriptor of his back was besides, you know, it needed like some treadmill visits and stuff. It's a big old white back, right? And then the kid he's holding, like the feet, like I don't know if the kid's like, I need leverage to get up on dad's shoulder, so I'm gonna use this waistband because the whole top of this dude's ass is hanging out. He's just hanging out in his yard.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you're that comfortable, whatever. It is.
Listen, it's his
you're
yard.
right. And I was intruding with my eyeballs. I mean, I don't know. God, this nugs in my eye, man.
Right.
Eye nugs are not cool.
It is amazing. How people just. It is amazing how people will just go around like that, and whether they're aware of it or not, I don't know. I assume they are, and they just
have
don't
a pair
care.
of sweatpants.
You know.
I almost put them on tonight.
Uh-huh.
I got home from work. I took a shower, and I was like, I'm wearing comfy clothes. And then I went, oh, shit, we're podcasting. We're doing it live. I got to look somewhat respectable.
What? I mean, you're not shooting yourself from the waist down. You wouldn't have to.
Cam down here.
It's not secret. You mentioned it like the first time we recorded. And probably the second time.
No, but like
And
I
on
have a
the
pair of
after show.
sweatpants and they're super comfy, right? Them bitches stay in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The bare minimum perimeter usually, because I think there's been a couple times I have, but it was like oh shit, I need to get this stuff to like Leah's school or I need to do this. But basically the perimeter for the sweatpants, like it's allowed to my mailbox. It's kind of like having an invisible fence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
but
that's how it should work. Every pair of sweatpants
well,
should have
it
that
doesn't
built.
shock me. It just hurts it just like shames me. Hurts my self-confidence. That's about it. But
It should do both.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sweatpants. You could hook up the electrodes right to your testicles or something. You can get those like two sponges on the end of sticks, like in Lethal Weapon or whatever movie that was. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's a good move.
No? You don't think ball shocks with sticks and sponges?
No,
are
probably
cool?
not.
So, all right. What do you think about you might have this to talk about your stuff, but I know you're a fan, so I got to ask you. How about this Lion King situation?
I didn't actually have that written down. I meant to, and I forgot. It's a trailer, and I think it looks way too CG. Like, really CG. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I also didn't like the fact that, like, the first time they showed Scar, I didn't realize that it was
like,
Scar
oh,
by
it's
first
cool.
glance,
It's a lion.
you know? Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's Scar. Like, when I heard the voice, I was like, oh, that's
getting ready to
Scar.
watch an
Okay,
MGM
whoopsies.
movie?
So, yeah. I'll tell you what's terrible about this, though, is the Funko Pops based on it.
Really?
Oh, my God, are they terrible. The Scar and Simba ones are horrible looking.
You know what I thought was weird about this whole situation? Is I'm watching like Hulu or something, right? And they put up an ad for the trailer. But, like, they didn't just show the trailer. They showed little pieces, and it was like, go check out the trailer here. And it's like, did I just watch a commercial for a commercial? Is that what just happened?
You did, yeah.
Who's the marketing genius behind this?
Yeah. I the way I saw it was just purely on my timeline on Twitter.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. Like the trailer itself didn't really bother me. I thought for the most part it fairly well stuck to the Lion King. I really liked when they first show the hyenas that it's dark. You know, like just like in the movie, how there's a completely different tone to when they show Scar with the hyenas versus when you see the lions at the time. And even when Scar takes over, you know, everything
turns into
darker,
like Mordor.
You know. Yeah. I didn't catch, though, like, I'm really curious to see if the hyenas are still going to be goofy or if they're going to kind of tame that a little bit. I would hope they stick with
basically the goofy theme, but maybe they want to make them scary.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. I hope not. Because that was really fun. That's why they were so great, especially Ed, the one that was just crazy.
Hopefully Ed's in the movie. One can only hope, right?
So, what did you think as someone who's I don't know how you feel about the Lion King? I mean, I love the movie, but
we
I don't know how you
covered this a little bit with the Dumbo things. I'm just like, really remakes? Why are we remaking shit? That's how I feel about that. But it is a little too CGI'd for my opinion. I mean,
it'd be tough for it to not
what do you got to have an animal ring when there's gonna be like 3 people dying a day?
You've got lions with peanut butter in their mouth.
One lion trainer with peanut butter in their crotch.
Yeah, right. Or better yet, it's people in costumes. And I don't mean like the Broadway show where they wear like the elaborate headpieces or whatever to represent who they are.
Pajamas.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a onesie with a big.
It's like, you know, when people dress up to golden retrievers like lions, it's that same costume, just human sized.
Now, I will say this: first of all, I would totally watch that. Second of all, I would totally be way excited for it if it was the original cast wearing those costumes doing the movie. I'd love to see Jeremy Irons in his Scar costume. You know,
that would be great.
Or James Earl Jones. Yeah, James Earl Jones is Mufasa. That'd be fantastic.
He got it.
Yeah. Well, he's got the costume. Point. He's good. Yeah, be all right. I do like the cast of the new Lion King. I thought they did a really good job casting it, but we'll see. I don't know, man. It's one of those. I'm kind of with you, but I'm also just kind of like, whatever. If I own the Lion King. If I really think the other looks that terrible, I'll just go watch that instead.
Some things, like, okay, you're gonna remake Robin Hood. I get it. You need a new and updated Robin Hood movie, but it's like an animated cartoon classic. Why are we making it look realistic?
Oh, that Robin Hood. Okay.
You know, like I mean, once again, are we in the Disney boardroom? Like, have you seen the series on David Attenborough, This Planet Earth? People love it. You know?
That's how they should have done The Jungle Book. They should have had David Attenborough doing voiceover work on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen the controversy about that David Attenborough Netflix series. People were like, it's CGI. Have you seen that? I haven't watched the series, but the little trailer I watched, I mean, it looks pretty crisp and clean, but do you realize how expensive it would be to CGI a whole documentary like that? It'd be insane. I mean, I guess Netflix has all the monies.
I don't know, $20-$30.
Where's all my conspiracy theorist people at?
Yeah, they ain't. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the point by point of how it's.
I don't know.
Yeah. Good time. Yeah. Really quick, at some point they will remake Robin Hood.
And Robin Hood and Little John walking through a forest, it's gonna piss me off too.
Dude, that movie is so.
Yeah.
That is such an underrated Disney movie. I love that movie so much.
I'm gonna remake it at some point, and I'm gonna be I'll have like a Sauron beard. It'll be all gray. I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
Because we'll be on episode like 4,000. And I'll be like, oh, Brian, they're doing it again, man. Remaking more shit.
I'll be like, dude, this is the last Disney movie.
Like,
You
I'm
knew they
still
were going to
waiting
make
for
it.
Condor Man.
They've done all the others. For God's sake, they redid Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, as for my
Yep.
Sorry, God bless it. I should have made like 18 pots of coffee. Yeah, as for my my weekly
That
stuff,
we could just.
that's about all I got.
All right. Well, before we move into anything else, I have a an email from Cheeto Bandito that I need to read because it's in response to our previous episode, and I have to move a bunch of windows because I'm working on a stupid small screen still.
You haven't done the TV situation yet? Come on, Brian. Come on.
Soon.
Come on, man.
Well, listen, I bought the HDMI cable, but then the HDMI cable on my mom's TV went out, so I put it on there. So I need to go get another HDMI. Right. I just take it. All right. So he says, so hearing about the Big Mac lasagna idea, at the restaurant, we have recently come up with a Big Mac pizza, although we don't call it that. Deep dish crust, house-made Big Mac sauce, ground beef, and cheese. After it's baked, we add the lettuce.
No,
See,
hot lettuce for life.
Put the lettuce. Minced onion and pickles. It's seriously amazing.
For life.
Hot lettuce?
But it's LYFE.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And the numeral 4.
I just picked like across your stomach. Like instead of Thug Life, you just have hot
and
lettuce.
Then an arrow pointing at my crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I actually pull lettuce leaves out of there. Like I just every morning I just shove lettuce in my word just in case someone asks. Like hot lettuce? No, it's just a tattoo for a gag.
You just have an Archer moment. They're like, "Why do you have hot lettuce in your underpants? You don't." So I told him that I would really like to eat that pizza because I would totally give that pizza a go. So then he says, also, it's not totally weird, but I've been making a pierogi lasagna for years. Lasagna noodles, mashed taters, cheese, sauteed onions, etc.
Right there.
Yeah, I would definitely try that too. In fact, my exact words were, that pierogi lasagna sounds legit.
That sounds real good.
Yeah. And he also says, on a different note, speaking of church rummage sales, I went to one over the weekend and I scored a Sega Saturn in 8 games for $5.
That's so much better than my shit whatever I went to.
Yeah. Right. I'm pretty sure you're out and I'm bringing Cheeto onto the podcast.
Doesn't have Honky Tonk Piano by Fingers O'Rourke for free.
Well, hold on.
He might. $5 for a Sega Saturn in 8 games? What did he do? Like kick a kid in the dick and take off and throw a $5 at him or something?
Probably. Yeah, probably. That's how you get deals at rummage sales.
Dick kick, throw a $5.
Yeah. So he says he hooked it up and played some Quake. He says, now, if you don't recall what a geek I am, I have a room of sorts with an Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, PS1, N64, Sega Genesis, and Sega Dreamcast, all hooked up and playable with newer systems on an LED flat screen and the old systems on an older tube TV.
Pretty awesome.
As they should be.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's the question. The older tube TV, does it have to be on channel 3? Because if it has to be on channel 3, then it's pure respect. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I also said I'm very jealous of your room and the amount of pussy it gets you.
Accurate.
So I thought it was really interesting, though, that essentially, like, right then in his life, the things we were talking about on the show were, relevant. That's pretty strange. I don't know if I like.
We can't help but Salty Language parallels his life.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm so sorry.
Exactly. Our apologies.
Yeah. So, speaking of things that blew up the internet, which we weren't, just decided to make my own segue. Did you watch the Star Wars trailer?
Not.
What?
I was at work all day, Brian.
Son of a bitch. They should have let you stop for a minute. Be like, hey guys, new Star Wars trailer's up. We need everyone to stop for a minute.
Is that the Rise of the Skywalker? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to watch it right now, but, you know. But, I mean, with our fancy technology, I can just, like, click this and, oh, look, it's on the screen, guys. It's crazy. So the old Rise of the Skywalker. So how was the trailer?
Didn't do a lot for me.
No?
Don't. Because I like Star Wars, but I'm not like uber geek for Star Wars. So it generally takes, you know, the interesting part to me was the very end of it when they show the graphic or whatever, because you hear Palpatine laughing.
Oh, jeez. God damn it, Palpatine.
Now, what I hold on. Here's what I love about it. I love when the internet can't stop speculating.
That's all the internet knows how to do, man.
So everything under the sun, oh yeah, totally. Everything under the sun is being speculated about this, you know. And I saw somebody getting really excited in one of the rooms I'm in, and you know, I was like, you know, it could just be a flashback.
True.
You know, like, that's all it could be. I was like, they have openly admitted to fucking with people with the trailers previously,
which I think is great, to be honest.
Doing stuff just to mess. Yeah. So I was like, settle down, but yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
We will indeed see.
Okay, I mean, it's Star Wars. I'll see it. You know, like no matter what, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's Star Wars. Goddamn it.
Well, and it's the last of the.
No, it's
the
Skywalker Rise of
trilogy.
Skywalker, not the last of Skywalker.
Yeah, right. Although I saw quite a few people speculating, which this was happening during the last movie too, which was essentially that, you know, Rey is going to start training Jedi again, and that she's going to call them Skywalkers.
Oh, jeez.
That's what the Rise of the Skywalker thing is going to end up meaning.
Oh, boy. I don't like that.
Yeah, but it sure falls in line, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't figure they're going to do something quite that. That's too
So what
predictable.
are the dark side people going to be called? Ground dwellers or something?
Yes. They're going to be called Sith heads.
Oh, yeah, sick.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow, that's weird.
So, yeah, that's, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing Lando again.
Oh, what?
Lando's in the...
Did he make a nice little appearance there?
Yeah, Lando and Chewie are flying the Millennium Falcon. Because spoilers, Han can't so much do it anymore.
What happened? I thought everyone said he was fine.
Yeah, he's totally okay.
I mean, geez, I just saw him on something.
He just had some chest pains.
Right.
He'll be all right.
Huh.
You know how it is when your kid rips your heart out.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But yeah, that was, you know, I'm a mark for Lando, so you know, especially if he's got.
You should be Lando when you like go to Halloween and stuff.
You're right. I should. It's terrible. I'm not going in black this time.
Oh, fine.
Try.
Man, it is chilly in here. I should have brought a hoodie.
Although I will say, I mean, Hot Topic did have the Lando cape on sale.
That's awesome. You didn't buy it? You didn't buy a little cute short cape?
I thought about it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's think of all the twirling I could do.
So many pirouettes. You'd just be a pretty princess, man.
Yeah, like Brian, why didn't you get fill in the blank done? Like, be honest, I was twirling,
showing off my stuff.
Yep, I just start my own YouTube channel of just me twirling in a Lando cape.
I like it.
I'd twirl.
Yeah, just enough of what Goodbye Horse is playing.
Yeah.
Naturally. right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird though, because at one point, like almost every trending thing on Twitter was a different character from the Star Wars.
Of course it was. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid.
Sure. Yep. So yeah, and there was a scene with Rey hugging General Leia, which I'm sure that's
like
gonna
what the hugging
that's
her
gonna
casket?
pull all. No. No.
Load it. Should have been me. Stuff like that. Diving in like
That'd
the
be
grave
funny.
hole.
Baby. Yeah. Like that scene in Don't Be a Man.
Exactly, right?
My baby. Oh man. Yeah. Sorry. So what do you got? Got anything fun?
I got some fun, exciting stuff. Well, what I do want to bring up real quick. Lord, is my blood sugar maybe that'll help. No. What I want to bring up is I do believe right now, not that I'm trying to drive traffic away from us, that our friends Neil and Annalise from this program right here, the Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, shout out them, keeping my seltzer a reasonable temperature. I'm pretty sure they're going live on YouTube's as well. I mean, I can't really pull it up on this here platform, but this is their YouTube channel, Halens and Heathens. You should give it a subscribe. And they're doing their last podcast, Brian. They just celebrated 5 years, I believe it was.
Yeah,
and then they're like, let's put this toddler down.
Five seasons in a movie, right?
Yeah,
6.
So it's like yeah. But they did say they're going to be doing stuff live on YouTube and under YouTube in general. So check them out at Heels and Heathens and YouTube. And, I mean, they're pals of the show. Been on The Enthusiast a couple times. We've been on their show. I mean.
Yeah. Without them, we would have never met Heno.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been to Jamaica if it wasn't for those guys. So,
that's probably true.
And, now I got a shout out to Neil and Annalise for sure. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Like big love straight from this heart right here.
Agreed. Yeah. And, 5 years is a good run.
Real good run.
A lot of podcasts don't even make it like 25 episodes.
Exactly.
So let alone.
And then you have other podcasts that make it like 403. It's crazy.
Right.
Whatever.
We are the unstoppable
juggernaut. But yeah, so I just want to make sure everyone knew about those guys. And like I said, they're probably going live right now. I don't know. Because obviously we got our own shit going on.
Right. Yeah, it is too bad that unfortunately, this is when we needed to record. Otherwise, we could have jumped in and harassed them. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yep. Tis a sad thing. But maybe not, it's, what they say, when one door closes, a window opens or something.
Something like that. I don't know. Some sort of weird wives' tale.
Yeah.
It's probably like, and they probably cut off the end where it's like, when the door closes, a window opens, and some guy comes stalking in with a scythe. Or no, it'd be like a saber. Something old-timey. All right.
Fun. Yeah. Up under bus.
I'm gonna be bringing a report, by the way, next weekend, because I'm going to see Hellboy tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We'll see how that works out.
Excellent. See how many. I don't know. We'll decide on the grading scale then.
Well, I guess speaking of reporting, Brian. Dateline, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh, geez, of course ads are going to pop up. These gentlemen were arrested for getting all drunked up, putting on bulletproof vests, and shooting each other in the chest.
I totally have this one, too, because how could we not talk about that?
Right? Now, I can tell by the one guy's shirt, he's got wolves and stuff on it, so clearly he's a blessed man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The first thing I thought of was the scene in Super Troopers when the guy's wearing the medal,
Exactly.
under, getting shot. Oh man, yeah. I love the fact that it said that the first guy shot the one, and the impact of it bruised him or something like that. So he got mad, and when the other guy put the vest on, he emptied the clip on it.
See, I didn't read the details, but that's hilarious.
Yeah. Luckily, no one was actually, really hurt doing such a dumb thing.
The only thing these guys bruise are egos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was beyond ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Silly people.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I got something I would like you to ponder. If
right.
you ponder well, sir. Got to dig these. I got to take my glasses off so I can get better access to my eye nugs. So, Airbnbs, right? It's a thing. It's a huge thing. I've got them a couple times. The big thing everyone's talking about now is you might want to like buy a scanner and stuff because there's like hidden spy cameras in a lot of these Airbnbs apparently. Or it says should we be searching? It all stems from like a family or had a rented Airbnb and they found the security cameras. So they all posed for it, which is kind of funny. But it's like the last Airbnb I got was that cabin out in the middle of the UP, and they didn't have an Airbnb, but they had a trail cam set up on like a tree at the very end of the driveway facing the cabin. And it was like a green cam, because I just was out for a walk and I happened to notice it. If I wasn't happened to be looking at it, I wouldn't have seen it just because of the coloration. So it made me wonder, like, do they have other trail cams out here, or just like eyeballing every outside angle of this cabin? What's inside? Yeah. That was my immediate thought.
Yeah, because sure. That and honestly, that's a reasonable thought. Even though it could be something just as simple as maybe they were afraid of wildlife, so they use the cameras to kind of look outside before just walking out and, hey, what's that noise? And then bear attack. Right. So that's.
I mean, it's just.
I see that though. The same thought.
Guaranteed. There's too many people in the world. Guaranteed, there's somebody out there that has an Airbnb that's got like a toilet cam set up or a spy cam in the bedroom. So they're like, then you can approve who's going to be staying at your place, right? So you're like, I'm going to approve this hot piece of ass. I'm going to get some sick ass. Oh man, my dick is going to get so beat.
Yep.
All that jazz.
Yeah, and you're right. I'm sure there's some creeps out there doing that because they can.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is sad.
Isn't it? It's like you just want to just trust people.
Something like that. Yeah. Right? You just want to be able to drag your ass across their counter without being judged.
Sure, this is a family heirloom.
Like
sure, I'm putting my dick on it.
I'm adding to it.
Exactly. Sand volleyball court. I'm digging a very shallow hole, filling it with poo.
I'm actually going to do that during the whole time I'm here, so that whoever plays next time is going to have some fun.
That is the move. Like, Jesus! Make some diving save.
It's the ground.
What the hell?
Face first.
Like, did I land in a snack pack? What's going on here?
Joe, have you been shitting in the...
Sorry, Mom.
I can't even think what it's called.
Volleyball court?
Volleyball court,
sorry, Mom.
I told you to use the outhouse.
Yeah, I thought it was out of the house.
I thought that was out of the house.
Damn it.
Oh, man. While we're on the, the hick kind of thing, I have a few that kind of would fit into this, but did you see there's a town that has 3 residents to it, and the town is for sale for only $3.8 million.
Really? That's not bad.
Yeah.
If I won the lotto tomorrow, I'm gonna have a town. I'm gonna rename that bitch. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Now, the guy who currently owns it is going to keep, I believe it's the hotel, which is like one of the only businesses in the small town.
Who's going there to travel and stay?
I don't know. They probably have like some those tire strips that they throw down. You know, so that people, as soon as they run over it, they have to stop to get their car fixed.
Has got like one of those really dopey ass statues, like, you know, world's largest peanut. Come see the world's largest peanut. Yeah. You're like, clearly it's made out of plastic.
But their accent makes it sound like it's, their accent makes it sound like it's saying world's largest penis, and they're saying peanuts because there's two of the statue. Yeah.
Whoops. Daisy.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be disappointed I wouldn't be able to also run the hotel, but, you know, the fact that you could run whatever other business there is, I like a general store or something like that.
Accurate.
You know, because I do that. I would tax the shit out of anything brought in from an outside source.
It becomes your own sovereign nation.
Right. You know, it's like everything from my store is reasonably priced. You bring it in from another area, you have to pay like 70% tariff on it. It's not even like, you know, wow, my brain just completely fired in the wrong direction. Just ignore me, Brian. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Moving on.
It's too small for us to buy and turn into Hobo Gulch because it's only 17 acres.
Well, but think about it. If the hobos are in tight, they're going to fight more.
That's true. I mean, we could start there and just kind of like Cedar Point. You know, they didn't always have all that land.
Exactly.
You know?
So we just have a little bit so the hobos can scrap a little. Sure, we get hobo blood on stuff.
It happens. That's a souvenir. You take some home with you.
Oh, God. Don't drink that, Timmy.
Yeah. Too late.
Why am I rapidly losing weight?
Oh, dude. Good question. Good question, Timmy.
It's always a good question.
Timmy, don't ask, but just prepare. Just prepare for the end.
Exactly right.
Oh man. I forgot. Really quick, hold on. I forgot when we were talking Disney stuff. Did you see they released the details for the Disney Plus?
No.
No. $6.99
That's
a
not
month
bad.
Is the price point. They're gonna hurt the other services with that. That's cheaper than Netflix. Yeah,
I would think.
Right. Oh man, I hope so. If so, it's worth every penny of that $6.99.
Shit. Watching it.
But there's supposed to be a lot of their original movies on there, stuff from the Disney Channel. And one of the big things they're bringing to it also, since they now own The Simpsons, the only place to stream The Simpsons is going to be on Disney Plus.
What else are we going to buy here, people?
Is there anything
Salty
left?
Language Pod.
I mean, there's DC.
Salty Language Pod. I mean, I don't know what else they could possibly buy besides this podcast.
Right? Yep. And Hobo Gulch.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're supposed to have a bunch. They're supposed to have original content like when they launch,
right.
And yeah. Oof, man, $6.99. It's one of those like if you have little kids, I don't see how you're not going to have that.
Exactly. Hell, if you have big kids,
that's going to hurt.
So
yeah, well, maybe. I mean, you're going to have Marvel, Star Wars, you know.
Well, I'll say if it's especially if it's like every Disney property or whatever, you know. You're like watching. I don't know, bro. I'm starting to die a slow death.
He's fading.
I'm fading big time. What
time
you are.
Is
it? Okay, that explains it. So I got one here for you. I'm gonna try to get through it.
Okay. All right.
You remember?
All right.
This is a callback one, dude. You remember? What's her name? Allison Mack from Smallville. The whole sex ring operation?
Yes.
She pleaded guilty. No getting out of pretty good looks for her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see here. Pleaded guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, and racketeering charges, making an armed blows at a, to the I'm not gonna try. It's numerals of Roman numerals, some sort of group. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. I remember this broad on Smallville, and now she's just like, what happens to you? It's like, do you think it's a child actor thing? Because she was pretty young.
I mean, it could be.
Am I just talking?
There does seem to be quite a string of terrible outcomes for a lot of the child actors.
This is very true, right?
I mean, it could be. Yeah, that's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's a little surprising that it must be one of those where she's pleading guilty, probably in hopes of, throwing yourself on the mercy of the court, basically. Because it's weird, like in the college scandal that's been going on. A lot of the first ones charged all pled guilty. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? Because I figured they'd fight it, But that was the only thing I could think of is maybe the same thing. Is there, like, hey, maybe if we plead guilty,
right?
The judge won't realize he's a shit.
Like as silly as it sounds, if we plead guilty, that's our chance.
Meanwhile, the judge is like, "Oh, thanks for pleading guilty. Here's the book." Wing. Right at your face.
Right at the old face. Right in the domer.
Yep. Right in the face. All right, so I have one last thing to talk about, and then we can wrap up.
I got three things we got to plow through real quick.
So, okay, well, let me do this one real quick because I thought.
All right. I feel like I've been drinking.
Did you see Dogfish Head made a beer that you can develop film in?
What? Is this drinkable?
Yeah. I don't know if it's drinkable or not, but they were already working on a beer that had the properties of it, but I guess one of the guys wanted to see if it was possible to develop a film in beer. So when he started looking into the science of it, he realized they already had a beer going that they could basically tweak a little bit, and it would be able to do this.
That is
nuts, isn't it?
That's very nuts.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of a cool beer story.
I mean, Dogfish Head is weird. To be honest, I loved her beers, but sometimes that's a harebrained scheme right there, man.
Right? Yeah. And they paired with Kodak, I think.
That's still a company
making the beer.
What does Kodak do anymore?
Kodak? Yeah. I don't know.
I sure don't make film.
I think they make cameras for Airbnb.
little pinhole cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. Those couple Airbnbs I have, if they had cameras out there, boy. They seen the dick. Just saying. You and your stupid cameras. He's got to text me.
Yep. That makes sense. Right? Jesus. Yeah. The name of that beer is Super 8.
Oh, that's a great name for a beer. I kind of want to try that just because.
Yeah. It's trying to see what kind of beer it is because I forgot. I think it's a ghost beer, or however you say it. GOS.
I think it is.
Yeah, sure. Actually, if you look at the story, it actually has a little of the sciencey what have you with it.
Ooh, sciencey what have yous. Nice.
Yeah. It must be. Yeah. It says as for the beer itself, Super 8 has an alcohol content of 5.3% and is made with 8 heroic ingredients, including prickly pear, mango, boysenberry, blackberry, raspberry, elderberry, kiwi juices, and a touch of quinoa, along with an addition of Hawaiian.
You can
sea salt.
develop film in it, and it has all these fruits.
Yeah, that's what it says. It must be the I forgot what it is. I read the quick science talk on it, and I forgot.
That's interesting, though.
With the right levels of acidity and vitamin C, it's possible to create a beer capable of developing film.
Wow, no idea.
Yeah, and actually, in the story for this, there's actually a talk from, I think, one of the guys from Dogfish Head where he talks about it.
Interesting.
So, yeah, this is definitely one for people to click around in, because it's a really interesting thing. It's totally a gimmick beer. Who knows? I mean, it might be good. I don't know.
But, those ingredients sound pretty good to go. I mean, I like all the berries and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna swallow some film and then develop
Yes,
it.
exactly. How does film?
Why are you drinking?
How does film
so
react
much?
to muscle piss?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Whoa.
Because I don't think muscle piss will develop beer. I think it ruins it.
Yeah, but it develops gains. That's all that matters.
True, and that's all that matters.
First you get the gains, then you get the First you get the gains, then you get the beers, then you get the muscle piss. Because you're drinking the beers and you're pissing out the piss. You got collected for muscle piss.
That sounds right.
I don't know what I just said. I
don't
like
know.
muscle piss. So,
Yeah.
Brian, Dateline, Oregon, bro. You hear about the cops that like surrounded a house and stuff, and then they went and there's all this weird noise going on in the bathroom, and they're like, the owner's like, there's an intruder and stuff. I hope they kicked the door in, and what were they greeted by? Have you heard the story?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, guys, a Roomba. What are you doing?
You know what would be better is if they kick the door in and just open.
Yeah, exactly. There's a room with 18 bullets in it.
Yep. It totally feels like a Reno 911 kind of episode
for
or
sure it
something,
does.
you know?
So I had to bring that one to the table because it's so bizarre, man.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So bizarre. How bizarre? So bizarre.
Very bizarre.
So I got that thing going for me. Do you remember Oakley Dokley? The metal band we talked about?
The
Yes,
Flanders band?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Yeah.
They're back in the news. This is like a recap Friday from old stories.
Okay.
So, Ned Flanders band, Oakley Dokley, were actually on The Simpsons this past Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ha! Good for them.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Especially when you're named after not lead singer, Jesus. You're named after, like, the neighbor. Yeah, it's really...
Yeah. A main character,
Yeah,
though.
for sure, a main character. I mean, anyone that has pocket sand is a main character in my book.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, for anyone watching / listening, if you wanted to watch Tony not out during the podcast, you're welcome.
I was like, I had every intentions of trying to like stay up because I'm starting nights Sunday night, going back to that shit.
Oh, there's no way. You're not gonna
make it, bro. So yeah, we talked about Oakley Dokley. They played on The Simpsons. The link that's going to be in the notes has the actual video of them playing. They performed White Wine Spritzer.
Awesome.
Which is nice. and the last...
Yeah, that's the drink he gets drunk on when him and Homer go to Vegas. And he ends up married to a prostitute.
That's hilarious. And then the last thing I got, before I probably die in this chair, is this beast. So, a woman steals an electric scooter from Walmart, drives it to Waffle House to get coffee. It's like, it's quite the mug shot. That's what really caught my eye. I was like, who's this cutie? It's like Dateline, Tennessee. Woman in Tennessee just wanted a cup of coffee from Waffle House, which I've had Waffle House coffee. Way better places you could have drove a stolen scooter to.
Oh, maybe it was close, though.
Maybe.
You know?
So she stole an electric shopping scooter to make a slow ride. Yeah. For a cup of Joe.
All right, so I read part of the story, and it's even better than that. She took it for a test drive around like the parking lot or whatever first, and then she went out on the highway with it.
You know, whoever, if you see her taking off on a scooter without paying for it, you got probably time to hop on your bicycle, ride home, get your rifle, ride back. I don't even know what I'm talking about, Brian.
I mean, you weren't wrong.
I think I was just going to talk about shooting her.
Well, I mean, that's a perfectly
oh my God, bro.
reasonable.
This whole sleep thing's fucking me up. I was up late too yesterday because you know, home slice and beards and such. Yeah.
Right. Well, you have to watch comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Deliver painting.
Exactly.
Oh man. Oh, this is a great live episode. You get to watch me die. If you,
that's how I'm going too. Like, watch Tony.
I mean, it's like if you're listening to this and you're just like, why is there dead air? Watch the video. It's me like living 15-hour lives in my brain real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Jesus criminy. Language.
All right, I got one last one here. Unless you have any more.
No.
Do you have any more?
No, I don't. What do you got? I'll pull it up.
All right. This is going to be the last one then. I saw this on the news the other night because we were watching the Detroit news. At a police thing, they asked for a volunteer for breathalyzer training. Now, this is a police training situation. Nothing but police officers there. The one cop that volunteers was drunk.
That's amazing.
Isn't it? Like, the best part is they asked for a volunteer. He wasn't, like, selected. Like, hey, Joe, get up here.
Hey, Joe, refill up that beer in your hand.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. So he's like, you know, they're like, okay, we need someone from the audience, you know, and he's like, ooh, me.
Well, I mean, if you're drunk, he's probably like, this is going to be a sweet prize. I don't even know what game they're playing, but I got this. Yeah,
right.
And it's like, we're playing the breathalyzer game. And he's like,
he's like, oh, shit.
Score. I got this.
Yeah. Like, ooh, I win bracelets.
Exactly. It's like the only one who's not allowed to play the breathalyzer game is our friend T, Soundboard T. At least that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yep. So, all right. Well, let's call it good there before you absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I thought like I was gonna face.
It's either that, or I'm just gonna have to like see if Heno's still up and have him Skype in to finish the show.
It just hit me like a ton of bricks, man. Like I was
feeling
spry and everything earlier this morning, earlier this evening.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, man.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is my. I ended up here later than I meant to, so yeah.
Whatever, it's all right.
That's all right. I mean, this has been plenty long enough. I mean, we're at an hour 36, so it's not like it's 10 minutes in or something.
That's so good. Hour 36. I like that. It's like should play those numbers. Something. No one needs that.
You know, you
die in my bed.
Well, yes, but also go to SaltyLanguage.com where you can see get all of our social media links. You can see find links for the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
I was so hoping you were going to accidentally hit yeah, boy.
I mean...
I like what you got. What? Good job.
I'm talking to you, Brian. I like what you got.
Oh boy, Tony's a mess now. Look out.
Right.
Yeah. All of our social media links are on there. You can find links to see the replay of this if you're only listening to the audio currently. I highly
You wanna
recommend
see
it.
me rub my face for the last 20 minutes and try not to fall over.
Well, you started off just digging into your eye, basically, and then it progressed into just rubbing your face and trying not to sleep.
The eye thing is a definite problem.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Really
Yeah.
quick. What about that woman that they found the freaking bees in her eye? What the shit,
I
dude?
don't know. Clearly she has a hive in her brain, and she must be an alien creature.
Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah, they found, where was it? In her tear duct or something like that?
Tear ducts.
Oh, gross.
It is very gross.
Oh, the bees!
What?
If Tony were more awake, we'd be getting the not the bees sound drop probably right now.
It didn't make the set in my final cut over here.
Oh, that's fair. All right, never mind that. We wouldn't be getting that. All right, well, you can reach out to the show at salty_language on Twitter. You can find me at Stunami.
Monotony. No. Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. You can find Tony at Neverland. Well, not Neverland, but like Sleepy Time.
Big time.
Type Neverland, not like Michael Jackson's house.
I
Neverland.
don't want to be there because I like kids, but not that much. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good soundbite to have. Oh, goodness. Obviously, Salty Language Pod on YouTube. If you're not already following us, please do. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, please use the thumbs up on the YouTubes for us, too. We'd appreciate that.
That would be nice.
And if you don't like it, then please also use the thumbs up on YouTube.
Hit that red subscribe button, really, if you don't like us, because we'll give you stuff to hate it, like every week.
Yeah, we will. So, yeah, come back next week and see if Tony can make it through an episode.
So tired.
I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but I also don't care that much. So,
Salty
like I
Language
said,
Pod
all the
on
links are
YouTube. Seriously, like we do live stuff. Check out Brian's other podcast, Crazy Life. It's fucking good.
Oh yeah, check out Tony's other podcast, All the Beers Pod.
I drink.
Are you on iTunes yet?
No, fucking Apple. I want to kick her in their little appley dicks.
Careful, they may be listening, and that's probably why you're still waiting. Yeah.
It's pretty annoying, man. It's like, oh, we'll send you an email. Do it, will ya? What is it coming? Goddamn Pony Express?
Probably.
It hasn't existed in years.
That'd be awesome.
That'd
be awesome.
Youngins out there that listen to this program.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I gotta stop talking. Jesus Christ, I'm just like babbling.
It's a mess.
I feel like I'm drinking.
Until next time, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Stay sleepy because that's all my life exists of anymore.
That's so true. And remember to keep your PIM hand strong.
Yeah, also don't fall out of chairs because I feel like I've almost fallen out of a chair probably 8 times. That'd be great on camera, actually.
Yeah, that would be right.
Oh man!
Like I think what you're going to need to potentially get yourself like a seatbelt for your chair.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyone who's watching, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Preach. I've already shut down the feed here from our hour and a half of embarrassment. So say bye, everybody. Or something.
Yep. See you next week.
Boom. Did I hit stop? I don't even know.